Took a little time off. Now we're back to working on Logan though, and we're picking up where we left off. So we are drilling out the frames and the well, basically it's not a rub rail, but it's kind of like the rub rail for 5 windows, and we're going to replace those windows with sheet metal. So we're going to slide the sheet metal in there. We have steel rivets. We're going to rivet it back in, and that's pretty much going to go where the bathroom is, the shower, the refrigerator, electrical closet, and regular storage, because we just don't need windows there, and at the same time that gives us a nice solid backing to where sunlight's not going to come in. We don't have to worry about leaks. There's just a lot of advantages to removing those windows, especially since we're keeping the school bus windows. Hello family, how are we doing? So I already recorded this video and it was good. It was a couple minutes long. I was sitting here talking away and I wasn't recording. It was just looking at me. It's fantastic. So let me go over what I went over before. I'm hoping to get all the metal out, get it cleaned up, and get sheet metal in there. That's a tall order. We're going to see how far we get today. Let me show you what we're doing. Alright, so we are looking at the back of Logan. And as you see, coming up to this big guy, this is what it looks like normally. The window frames, we have the 2 rivets, we have 2, 2, and 2. And that's what I'm taking out. I'm taking out all 8 rivets, and then all these top rivets on this rub rail. And what we're going to do is we're going to slide a piece of sheet metal underneath where those 2 rivets are. We're going to rivet it down using those same holes. And we're going to slide the end of that sheet metal right into that behind that rub rail. So it's going to hold that in place. We're going to rivet it back in place. As you can see, I've gotten all the rivets out, or the rivet heads I should say, from the sheet metal. I still have to go on the inside and pull the back of those rivets out. That's proven to be a little more of a project than I thought it would be, which as we all know is pretty much the par norm. You know, the par, what's normal here. I've left 1 rivet that has the pre-drill hole in all of these uprights, and we're going to leave it there, just to make sure that I have everything else in place that I need. We're going to test a couple of rivets to make sure that the compressor I have is strong enough for it, and the rivet gun's going to get through it. So we're going to pop one of these out, and I'm going to try to actually just rivet it with the rivets I have. Welcome back. So just to let you know a little bit about me. I don't like heights. I don't like rickety heights. And yet, I'm standing on this rickety scaffolding. It's actually a ladder that has like 3 hinges in it. It's not bad. But really, I don't like heights. However, I'm going to show you what we're doing. Let me flip the camera around 1 second. Okay. So we have our rivets. I've already put, as you can see before, because there's a little bit of rust right there, but you can see that I've tapped it. So I've got a little bit of a dimple there. That's going to let me put a small pilot hole in this. Now I have to give it to the men and women in Georgia that built this bus. Y'all did an outstanding job. Because getting this son of a out is a pain. Alright, drilling noise. Okay. So as you can see, I got a pilot hole in that rivet. Because it's a solid shank rivet. It's solid all the way through. It's not like a pop rivet. And then what they do is they peen or expand the back of this rivet to where the shank expands. And then the back end also gets a little bit bigger so it can't get pulled through the hole. So I have found, even with the drill bits that I bought online that are designed to do hardened steel, you still have to do a pilot hole in order to get this out. All right, one moment, I'm going to swap drill bits. And more drilling noise. Here we go. Oh, hang on. Big bit, slow speed. So smaller bit, you can go faster speed. Big bit, you want to go nice and slow. Do you hear how it's actually digging into the metal? that's what you want. If you go too fast, it's not going to be able to dig into that metal. And right there, as soon as that head moves, all you got to do is pull it out. The head of that rivet is gone with minimal damage to the surrounding metal. Because again, we're going to put rivets back in this. So we want that surrounding metal to be nice and secure and still have most of its structural integrity. Alright gang, welcome back. It's day 2, Sunday. I've gotten all the holes drilled out except for one in each of the 6 uprights. So we have to see if our what's what I'm looking for, rivet gun is going to work. So we have a rivet gun, we have rivets, we've got these, they're solid shank steel, stainless steel. We have to see if it's strong enough to work. Upright. Ignore the rest of these up here where I haven't peened them out. But this hole right here is good. So is that hole. As a matter of fact, I think I'm going to try this hole. So we're going to put our rivet in it. Ooh, good. It's nice and tight. And we have our handy dandy central pneumatic rivet gun that we bought from Harbor Freight. I couldn't even tell you the price. This has worked in a couple of the test runs, but this is the first run here on the bus. Okay. Okay. Let's go take a look on the inside. So that's what it did. I wonder how stuck that actually is. All right. So we're going to do a destruction test. See how hard that is to get out. Ignore the bus. Your bus, when you're working on the bus, this is what it's going to look like. There's going to be just stuff everywhere. We're going to drill that bad boy out. See how much give it has. See how much flex. If it comes out real easy, maybe I'm not happy with it. Now, if it's a pain in the butt to come out, that's what I'm looking for. This is the time when you want it to be a pain in the butt to come out. All right, let's go take a look. All right, here we go. All right, so it's in there pretty good. And I'm digging into it, but that's in there pretty good. That's done the job. It's done the job. Thank God, because if it didn't do the job, I don't know what the hell I was gonna do. Alright, so I'm gonna go ahead and take this one out because I have gnawed on it enough that I want to get it out. But next step is, that's 2 o'clock. I got a couple hours taking off the rest of these uprights, taking out the windows and getting the sheet metal in. We got a lot of work today done, a lot of work ahead of us today, but here we go.